Happy Friday. We'll get started with another Hebrew lesson. So, real quick, just to follow up. So far, we've got Aleph, which is a silent letter. Beit, without the dagesh, is a V. With the dagesh, it's a B. Then we got Gimel, which can take the dagesh. There's not a big difference in the G. We've got Dalet, which is a D with or without the dagesh. There's no distinction anymore. Hey, which is a normal H sound. And Vav, which is a V. Now, the next letter we're going to do looks very similar to Vav. And it trips up a lot of new Hebrew students because until you get them straight in your mind, you forget which one's which. So a Vav is just kind of a little curve. Our next letter, let's see if I can turn this page all right. It's going to be Zion, which is just a Z. And instead of having a curve at the top, it's kind of like it has a little sideways hat. So I probably drew that a little funky. That didn't have to be quite that long. But that's a Zion. Just a Z, no special rules about it. Just a Z. Okay, next is Het, right? Yeah. Actually, it's Het. I struggle with that guttural. But so before we had Hey. Let's go back real quick. Okay, so Hey, you got the little overhang here, and there's a gap where that doesn't connect. Het, this comes all the way up, and there's no little hat hanging off the edge. So it's almost just like a box without the bottom. So Het. If you can make that sound, that's the only special thing you need to know about it. If you see it in the middle of a word, it'd just be a hum. A hum. See, I can't make that sound. A hum. Yeah, oh well. That's the best we're going to get. All right, the last one we're going to cover today is Tet. That's just a T, Tet. We do have another T at the very end of the alphabet. It's a little bit different, but how we've talked about the way over many years vocal laziness sounds kind of change a little bit. These used to be a little more distinct. This T, the Tet, and the one at the end of the alphabet, they're almost identical now. Like, you don't really hear a distinction in the way they're pronounced. You just need to know that both letters make the T sound, and you need to know how the word is spelled, so that when you're looking for specific words, just like any other language, English, whatever, if you don't know how it's spelled, you don't know what you're looking at. Our goal isn't going to be so much speaking and writing as it is reading and translating. But if you know how to spell a word, it makes it so much easier when you're reading and translating, because just like any other language, words change depending on how they're used, the part they are in the sentence. Hebrew, every word breaks down to a 3-letter root. And so if you know how to get to that 3-letter root, you know what the basic meaning of the word is and can kind of figure out what it's doing in the sentence, even if you don't know the exact form you're looking at. If you know that a word breaks down to bless or kneel or something like that, oh, I don't know exactly what this word is, but we're talking about God or an altar or something. Like, we're talking about giving reverence or something like that. So I think that'll be a good spot to stop today. We're getting about halfway through the alphabet. So once we get through this and actually start seeing them in some words, I think it'll get a little easier. I'm excited to get past this in the vowels and actually look at words. Once we get a few words and we start looking at, some of the easy verses, I think that'll be the fun part. Anyway, that's a good spot to stop today, and we'll pick it up next time.